Have you ever worried that the wrong kind of relationship could cost you your peace or even your savings after 70? When you get older, love and companionship can bring incredible joy, but choosing the wrong partner can also bring heartache and stress. That is why knowing what to watch out for is just as important as knowing what to look for. In this video we are going to talk about 4 types of women older men should avoid if they want to enjoy a safe, happy love life in their 70s and beyond. These are not about blaming or judging women as a group, but about recognizing certain patterns of behavior that can quietly drain your peace of mind and your financial security. By learning to spot them early, you can protect yourself and give your heart to someone who truly values you. Stay tuned until the end, because by the time we finish, you will not only know how to guard yourself against these risks, but also feel more confident about finding companionship that uplifts you instead of dragging you down. Now, let's get started. Number 1. The opportunist who sees you as a provider. One of the first types of women older men should be careful about is the one who seems more interested in your wallet than your well-being. At first, she may come across as charming, attentive, and even deeply affectionate. But over time, you may notice that her attention often comes with a price tag. She might bring up money often, hint at expensive gifts, or show more enthusiasm when you are spending rather than when you are simply sharing time together. For men in their 70s, this can be especially risky because financial stability is one of the cornerstones of your security. The opportunist thrives on the idea that you will take care of her needs without asking too many questions. This can leave you feeling used rather than valued, and it can slowly chip away at your sense of independence. Psychologically, this type of dynamic preys on the natural desire many older men have to feel useful and generous. After decades of providing for family, it can feel natural to continue playing that role. But if generosity is not balanced with genuine care and reciprocity, it can lead to resentment and disappointment. Consider an example. Imagine Richard, a 74-year-old widower, who meets a younger woman at a social event. She compliments his style, listens to his stories, and shows him the kind of attention he has not felt in years. At first, it feels like a dream, but soon she begins asking him for small favors that grow into bigger ones. Help with bills, new clothes, even vacations. Richard notices that her warmth fades whenever he says no. That pattern reveals her true motive. This is not to say that every woman who accepts gifts or help is an opportunist. The difference lies in balance. In a healthy relationship, both partners bring value to the table, whether it is emotional support, companionship, or shared experiences. If you find that money seems to be the central glue holding things together, it is a clear sign that the connection may not be built on the kind of trust and respect you deserve. The safest path forward is to pay attention to consistency. Does she enjoy your company when no money is involved? Does she seem genuinely interested in your thoughts, your stories, your well-being? If the answer is no, then protecting yourself is not only wise, but necessary for your peace and security. Number 2. The constant complainer who drains your spirit. Another type of woman to avoid after 70 is the one who seems to carry a storm cloud everywhere she goes. At first, you might think she is just venting or sharing her frustrations, but over time you realize that negativity is her steady companion. She may criticize everything from the weather to the waiter, from her neighbors to your habits, leaving little room for joy or gratitude. For an older man who is looking for peace and companionship, this can be emotionally exhausting. You have already weathered many storms in life, and at this stage, what you need most is calm, not constant tension. The complainer can slowly make you feel like you are walking on eggshells, afraid to speak up, because anything you say might spark another round of criticism or complaints. From a psychological perspective, chronic complaining is often a sign of unresolved dissatisfaction. People who dwell on problems instead of solutions tend to project that discontent onto those around them. When you spend time with someone like this, her unhappiness can seep into your mood, lowering your energy and robbing you of the simple pleasures you deserve to enjoy in your later years. Picture Harold, a 78-year-old who enjoys gardening and playing cards with friends. He begins dating a woman who at first seems witty and sharp, but soon he notices that every outing turns into a list of complaints. The restaurant food is never good enough, her family never supports her, and even Harold's hobbies become targets for criticism. What once felt like companionship turns into a heavy burden, making Harold dread spending time together. This does not mean that you should avoid women who are going through hardships. Life is full of challenges, and supporting a partner during tough times is part of love. The key difference lies in attitude. A woman who faces struggles but still seeks joy, laughter, and hope will lift you up. A woman who constantly focuses on what is wrong with no willingness to find light will slowly pull you down. Your golden years should be filled with peace and positivity. If a woman's presence consistently drains your spirit rather than brightens it, that is a clear sign that the relationship may cost you more than it gives. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 3, the controller who wants to run your life. There is another kind of woman older men should be very cautious about, and that is the one who seems determined to take charge of every detail of your life. At first, her involvement may look like care and attention. She might offer suggestions about your clothes, your meals, or how you spend your time. But as the relationship develops, those suggestions can turn into demands, and those demands can turn into rules. Before you realize it, you may feel as though you have lost your freedom. For men in their 70s, independence is more than just a word. It is the result of decades of making decisions, raising families, building careers, and navigating challenges. The controller, however, often thrives on the sense of power she gets by steering your choices. This can lead to a subtle but steady erosion of your self-confidence, as you begin to doubt your judgment and rely more on her direction than on your own instincts. Psychologically, control often grows out of insecurity. A controlling partner may feel safer when she dictates the terms of the relationship. She may believe that if she keeps you dependent, she will never lose you. But this dynamic undermines trust and prevents the relationship from being a partnership of equals. Instead of feeling respected, you may feel managed like a child rather than a capable adult. Think of George, a 71-year-old retired teacher who valued his freedom. When he met a woman at a community center, he enjoyed her enthusiasm and energy, but over time, he noticed she wanted to choose his clothes, tell him how often he should call his friends, and even decide what time he should go to bed. At first, George laughed it off, thinking she just cared about him, but slowly, he realized he no longer recognized his own routine. What began as companionship turned into a quiet loss of independence. This does not mean that you should never accept input or advice from a partner. Healthy relationships thrive on mutual care and consideration. But if advice consistently feels like commands, or if you sense that your voice is shrinking while hers grows louder, it is a red flag. The truth is, at this stage in life, love should give you more freedom, not less. It should allow you to enjoy your years with dignity and self-respect, not make you feel boxed in or controlled. If a relationship leaves you feeling like you cannot make your own choices, it is time to step back and ask whether this is truly the companionship you want. Number 4, the drama seeker who thrives on chaos. Perhaps the most exhausting type of woman for an older man to be involved with is the one who always seems to stir up trouble. Her life may look like a never-ending stage play, filled with arguments, rivalries, and sudden emotional outbursts. At first, you might be drawn to her energy and passion. She can make an evening feel exciting, unpredictable, and full of life. But soon, that excitement gives way to instability. You realize that every week brings a new crisis, and your peace is lost in the noise. For seniors who want to protect their health and enjoy calm companionship, this pattern can be deeply harmful. Stress is no small matter after 70. Doctors often remind us that too much tension can affect everything from sleep to heart health. When you are constantly pulled into someone else's whirlpool of chaos, your body and spirit both pay the price. Psychologically, drama seekers often rely on conflict because it makes them feel alive. They may create disputes to get attention or stir up emotions to avoid feeling empty inside. But for a man who has earned the right to live peacefully, becoming part of someone else's turbulence can steal away the serenity you worked your whole life to achieve. Take the example of Walter, a 76-year-old who loved fishing and quiet evenings with friends. He began seeing a woman who seemed exciting at first, always telling stories of arguments with co-workers, feuds with family, and constant clashes with neighbors. Walter found himself drawn in, thinking he could calm her storms, but instead, the storms multiplied. Soon, his phone rang late at night with new complaints, and peaceful dinners were interrupted by her sudden bursts of anger. What began as lively companionship turned into emotional chaos. This is not to say that you should only look for a partner with a perfectly smooth life. Everyone faces challenges. The difference lies in how those challenges are handled. A woman who faces difficulties with grace, patience, and a desire to solve problems will build you up. A woman who thrives on stirring drama will only wear you down. Your later years should not be spent managing constant fires. They should be filled with laughter, warmth, and shared memories. If you notice that conflict follows her wherever she goes, that is a sign to guard your heart and your peace. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Final thoughts. As we come to the end of this video, take a moment to reflect on what we have covered together. We explored 4 types of women that older men should avoid if they want to protect their peace, their happiness, and their financial security in the later years of life. The opportunist who sees you mainly as a provider, the constant complainer who drains your spirit, the controller who chips away at your independence, and the drama seeker who thrives on chaos. Each one of these patterns can quietly pull you away from the joy and dignity you deserve in your 70s and beyond. This is not about judging all women or seeing relationships as a risk to be feared. It is about recognizing that your time, your energy, and your peace are precious. You have lived long enough to know that love should lift you up, not weigh you down. By learning to spot these red flags early, you give yourself the freedom to welcome a partner who truly values you for who you are. Now, I want to turn the question back to you. Which of these 4 stood out the most to you? Do you recognize any of these patterns in your past experiences, or perhaps in situations you have seen with friends? Your reflections are powerful because they not only help you but also encourage other men who may be walking the same path. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.